2.
Healing chronic disease is possible. Healing autoimmunity? Possible. But healing rare autoimmunity? Very much possible. You have to listen to my next guest that took matters into her own hands and changed her life forever. Spoiler alert, she doesn't suffer from those conditions any longer. Yay! Find out what she did next. Autoimmunity is when your body is so confused that your body starts to attack normal tissue. The underlying root cause of is inflammation. And lowering inflammation can help heal and prevent all types of chronic diseases, including autoimmunity and rare autoimmune conditions. Well, today we are going to hear from someone that went against all odds and took matters into her own hands and changed her own narrative. I have to forewarn you, you are going to love her as much as I do by the end of the show. So Lobna Mulla is an international speaker and educator and was born to Egyptian parents. Lobna Mulla was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, and she graduated from California State University, Northridge, in business administration with a focus on accounting. Lobna now used to serve on the board of Muslim Public Affairs Council for 2 years, and she worked as an accountant for 10 years until she began her career as a mother. Lobna had worked for the Muslim American Society as their National Tarbiyah Director. She also writes for myvirtualmosque.com, and she has also a recent graduate from Chapman University with Masters of Fine Arts in Screenwriting. How awesome is that? She is also the creator of a YouTube channel, Double Shot Mocha Productions, where she hopes to entertain and promote social awareness through humor. Yay! Welcome, Lobna! Yay!
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh. So this is I have to admit now something. So when I first met you, or when I first heard you speak, I literally fell head over heels. I was in love with your energy and your smile, and I pray that I would finally meet you one day, and which the universe did bring us together. Yay!
I can't believe it.
And I think at that first initial meeting, I probably scared you just a little bit because I was just so excited for you. And so, Lobna, I would love to hear now how, your story, what you suffered with, how you were able to overcome it. I want to start from the very beginning, please.
Let's do it. Okay. Well, lot to tell. But basically, Madiha, I can't believe it. I mean, it was literally I would say around this same time last year, I was just on the run. I was traveling a lot for work, changing time zones almost every other weekend.
Wow.
Not sleeping very much, but I'm really good on operating on not a lot of sleep. I have a lot of energy, but I was fooling myself, didn't know. I had Graves' disease, hyperthyroidism. I was starting to feel moody. There was a couple of plantar warts. That's really gross, but it would not go away.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was having low energy. And all of that just kind of exploded after a series of traveling events, for work. And it was in December. I was visiting my parents. And I woke up one morning with my right hand being just tingly and red. And by the next day, both hands were red, my feet were red. And 2 weeks later, lo and behold, I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease, pityriasis rubra pilaris.
Oh, wow. How devastating. And so what do the doctors help you with? Do they help you with that?
Crazy, Dr. Madiha. This is crazy because literally my dermatologist specialist at the hospital, she told me, we have no idea where this disease comes from and there is no cure. But we can help you by taking harsh medications that will not cure you, but they will help you feel better. Basically with just the symptoms.
Oh my gosh. Can you describe exactly what symptoms that you had that were associated with this condition?
Yes. It was like coming out of the living dead. It was crazy. Basically my hands and my feet were this thick, really thick, red,
Seriously?
plasticky.
That thick?
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. It was even hard for my kids to look at me, honestly. My face was peeling, my scalp, my ears. basically my entire body, all of my skin was either peeling, burning, on fire, and throughout different phases, shedding, cracking. It was very, very painful. And in the meantime, I was extremely cold because my skin kept sloughing off. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. And were there other associated symptoms with that? And it was just a skin?
Oh, yes. So other than being freezing cold, even when the heater was on and my hair was falling out, that was not fun. That was actually quite scary. My nails were deformed and yellow. They were
wow.
very painful. My skin went from different colors, from sunburned red to purple.
Any digestive complaints with that?
I'm sorry?
Digestive complaints with it? Like,
I already had a lot of digestive issues.
Oh, okay, so that was with it. Oh, wow.
I'm trying to think. Oh, my goodness. I could not sleep. On top of all of that, I could not sleep. I actually started to gain anxiety. Honestly, as soon as the sun would set, I literally have anxiety. Like, oh my God, nighttime is coming. I felt this sense of doom because as my body would hit the sheets, my body would get even more burning, more hot. Anything that touched my skin irritated it. It was horrible. Like literally, I did not look forward to nighttime.
Oh my gosh. And then what happened? So then you went to your doctor. I want to hear it.
Oh my gosh. Went to my doctor. Like I said, no idea what it is.
Yeah.
They called in another specialist and said, you are textbook perfect for this disease. This is for sure what it is. I went ahead and started on methotrexate and I started injecting my belly with Humira, another medication. And literally 2 weeks after I was diagnosed with that, I went to the mass convention in Chicago. I was worried about my looks. Like, should I even go? But I said, you know what? I'm going to be a lot happier at the convention because I'll be around people. And lo and behold, I start my talk just by mentioning the benefit of visiting the ill.
Yeah.
And that I know what that feels like because I was suffering from a rare disease. And literally the next day, among 18,000 people, I meet you. Like, it was crazy.
And that's literally the only part that I caught. I mean, because I was just networking with other people. How awesome is that? How awesome is that?
And so you had me your book. You're like, oh my God, I was was praying that I would meet you. And here's my book. And ever since then, my husband just was looking at my Amazon account the other day. He's like, what are you sending to all these people? It's your book. I'm jumping ahead.
I swear I did not pay her to say that. I did not.
I know, but I'm serious. Like, yeah,
That's amazing. And then I would love to know then, right? So then what were you able to implement? What was your diet, lifestyle, medication? I want to know your healing routine.
Yes. So I remember you told me right away, like literally without even looking at me further, just right there on the spot, go ahead and start cutting your carbs. Actually, this is the amazing part. I have to back up. You told me this. Follow the diet that's in this book, and I guarantee you within 1 month, you will feel results.
Yeah.
You'll notice a difference. I hung on to that for dear life. Like I would literally repeat that to other people who were trying to convince me not to go the natural route. But what I love is, so immediately I cut the carbs because I started reading your book right away. Maybe like I went home and 3 days later I started reading the book. I cut the carbs. The amazing thing is I lost a lot of weight, but I didn't feel a difference yet. But then I remember calling you and you said, well, you got to go onto this diet. Then you will feel a difference.
A stricter diet.
A stricter diet. The GAPS diet. I'm telling you, the day that I started the diet, the next day or that night, I did not have the intense burning all over my skin.
Isn't that crazy? So, 1 day?
1 day. Mind blown, totally. Mind blown. And I went to my mom's house so she could take care of me. She helped me with eating. And it was amazing. I kept taking pictures. I was in touch with you. And you said, look, as long as you're seeing a difference, keep going. And there was a difference from day one.
Absolutely. And
I went on that GAPS diet.
Difference. Yep.
I wanted to cheat so many times, but I knew that this was the path to recovery because I read your book and I believed in the science. And science very much convinces me. So I was like, okay, I got to do everything you tell me.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I started
then you
salt bath every day. I'm sorry, Madiha.
No, so awesome. We skipped a little bit, but I know what you said during that time. So you went to your mom's house in Florida. helped heal. Literally for that entire month you were healing. So, okay, you guys, this is commitment. Now I want to talk to you about commitment. This is commitment. She left her 4 children and with her husband and said, moms, we need to start taking care of ourselves now. I need to take care of myself because as moms, what we do is we put everybody else on the back burner, right? We knew that there was somebody there it was able to take care of your children that you trusted. And now you're like, I got to give myself time. So she lives in Los Angeles, she went to Florida and how many months did you spend there with your mother? I think there was like a couple months that you spent there.
Yes. It was a good month. I literally booked my ticket. I told my husband I'm going for a week. And God bless him because that was amazing. And my mother-in-law, like 2 days later, my parents are like, no, you're staying for a month.
Yeah, you're like,
so
no. Exactly. So amazing. She started seeing improvements. We were able to get her lab work done. She reversed her Graves' disease. She no longer has autoimmune antibodies. And that was only in like 3 months. In 3 months, you were able to reverse those chronic conditions, start seeing an improvement in her face, in her body, her skin, her digestive complaints, headaches, all of it gone. You're hearing it right from her mouth. It was so amazing. And so how long did it take you for all of this to totally die down, though? It's been a couple months. It was like 7 months?
It was amazing, Madiha. Symptoms started in December, and it was completely gone by middle of April.
Oh my gosh, how crazy. And people live with this all their life. And this is but the thing is, what were your biggest challenges during those healing phases? Oh, sorry, you're breaking up on us.
Especially when I went back home.
Yeah.
And I had to now cook food for other people at my mom's house. It was amazing because I could just, avoid more temptations, but it was very difficult to stick to the diet.
When you get absolutely.
And the self-care.
Yes, as a mom, when you get back into that, you're right.
Yeah. And then taking care of my family, but then still remembering that I had to take care of myself. That was a big challenge. Cooking food that I'm not allowed to eat for other people while maintaining my diet.
Yeah. So then what about, so you said, awesome. So then the challenge was coming back. And then when you came back, then how do you stay motivated? Because you have to stay on this. It's not like it's free for all. You go back to eating the junk food and the junk and not, tons of stress and you just back into your daily life. No, right? You got to continue the self-care and this nutrition. So how do you then stay motivated? How do you stay motivated?
Honestly, there's a couple of things. One, actually 3 things I would say, but I would say the biggest thing, honestly, is knowing the direct connection between my eating habits and my lifestyle and the health of my body. It's not a question. There's no doubt in my mind because I've seen it. So that is a huge driving force. I believe it. There's no doubt in my mind. So there is a fear factor. There's one. Number 2, we're responsible for our bodies. So no one's going to take care of it for us. That's another huge factor. And the third is I am setting an example for not only my family, but honestly, greater family and my community. Because I must be annoying right now, but everywhere I go, people ask me, I heard you're really sick. I heard you went on this crazy diet. Tell me about it. And so I think my family, the 3 things that really keep me going, I'm motivated, is knowing that if I don't stay in my healthy lifestyle, I can get sick again. I can start reverting from my old symptoms. But really knowing that no one else can take care of our body, and there's nothing else we can do except for how we live.
Absolutely.
To keep a healthy body. And then third, that I'm setting an example for my kids, for my family, and even my extended family, my community. I know that, my kids must be sick of my story now because everywhere I go, people ask me, I heard that you're really sick and you went on this crazy diet. Tell me about it.
Excellent. And what advice would you give to somebody who is struggling right now?
whatever you put into your body, you can't fool it. You can't run it off later. Calorie wise, be too much. Too many times we think about calories. Oh, if I eat this pie, I can run it off. If I for a wedding or what have you, I'll just diet until next week. But you're not fooling your body. That's the thing. I've been trained that way. Calories in, calories out. It's about what you're putting in your mouth. So those are decisions every single time you pick up and put something in your mouth. What is it doing to your body? So I would advise that, hey, give up this stuff that you love and crave. How can you love it if it doesn't do something good to you?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lobna. That was amazing, amazing advice for everybody. I'm so honored that you were able to join us. I know it was a little choppy, but still that wisdom and everything that you were able to provide to us, so mind-blowing that you were able to heal. You're now empowered, you feel amazing, you're out to educate everybody else in the world. And on top of that, you're giving people the advice that we need to take care of this and not just worry about calories, but what we put in our mouth, because either what you put in your mouth can either help you or hurt you. And you learn that the hard way and try to spread that message to the world and educate people. Thank you so much for what you're doing and being that beacon of hope and inspiration to the world. Thank you so much. Thank you again, you guys. That was another amazing, amazing show from the Madiha MD Show. And so the tips today, right, is the key to lowering your chronic symptoms is inflammation. So by optimizing your digestive health, your detoxification, the big for us is stress, sleep, social, and spiritual health, one can lower inflammation and not heal just one symptom, but then all of them simultaneously. And it's so easy. It's something that is easy, cheap, cost-effective, time-effective, because taking charge of your health can be done by anybody, no matter your age or demographic. So if both of us can do it, you guys can too. Yay! And you are worth it. I'm here for you. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, follow my family and I on social media, Holistic Mom MD, and check out my book, The Holistic RX, Your Guide to Healing Chronic Inflammation and Disease. And watch out for my upcoming children's book, My Healing Day. And remember, let's do this together. We're here for you. And healing is so simple. Real healing for real life.